Hi everybody, Wendy here from Lolly Jolly Crafts, and today we've got a project for you coming from ScraPerfect, where I'm going to be using my best glue ever. I'm going to be using some of the foils, well this one in particular, which is from ScraPerfect, and I'm going to be making a card. So first of all, I've already coloured my image in. Okay, so that's my image. I've got what I'm going to work on first of all. I'm going to use the best glue ever, and the foil, and I'm going to what do I do with it? I've got a set of wood sentiment which I want to add this foil to. So, but what I want it to do is to dry. It's quite flimsy, so I'm going to use that one. Okay, but I want to add that foil to it. So, in order to add the foil, let me zoom right in so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to add my best glue ever all over this and then let it dry. Okay, and then when it dries, it becomes tacky. Okay, so I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to like outline the letters. I want a thinner one, don't we? Let's just wipe that off. Okay. Yes, this is easier. Okay, so I'm just going to paint this over my sentiment. And like I said, this is the best glue ever from ScraPerfect. Love it. It is brilliant. And it dries clear, so I'm going to paint this all over, and then I'm going to put it aside and then carry on making my cards. But I will come back and use this sentiment on my card. Okay, once this is dried. So put plenty on there because you want it to be really nice and tacky. Okay. Make sure it's all covered. Okay, so I've coated my sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side. I shall leave that by my fan because that should dry pretty quick. And then I'm going to just spray some of my best cleaner ever, and I'm going to spray it on my table. I'm also going to then squeal, because someone asked me if you can use it on your brushes, and you can. It's safe because it's let's have a look. It's no water, alcohol abrasives, 99% active ingredients, so it's really good for. So I'm just going to swirl this over that glue on the brush, and then just there we go. That's my brush, all nice and clean. Okay. And then I'm just going to wipe this up with the perfect cleaning cloth. Okay, so there we go. Because what we don't want is a tacky table. So we're going to wipe this around, make sure all this glue's no longer on my table. There we go. Okay, so we'll come back to the foil. We're going to work on my card now. So, I'm going to be using a 6x6 scalloped card base, an image that I've already coloured. Oh, let's just zoom out a bit so you can see a bit more about what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're using that image. And these are a selection of papers that I'm going to be using. Okay, which go beautifully with the image. Okay, so for my card base, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, which one do I want to use first? I'm going to put that one down first, but I need to cut it down because we've got a 6x6 card base, so I want to make sure it's, so I'm just going to trim some of that down. Okay, so I'm just checking the size on this card. Actually a bit smaller than it's just under a 6x6. So I'm going to probably do this about 5 3/4 square. So 5 3/4, and I can always take a bit more off. Just take less rather than more when you're adding a card mat, because yeah, just I think probably got it. Let's do 5 1/2. No, probably. Yeah, take off less rather than more, because you can always, you know, take a little bit more off, but if you take too much off, then there we go, that's better. Okay, so that's our card base, because we still want to see a bit of the scallop around the outside. Okay, so the next layer I'm going to do, let's have a think now. I want this card quite dimensional, so I think I'm going to pick, let's have a look, let's use this one, I'm going to use that one. I want to rip it. Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to do this one 5, and let's try 5 1/4 square, because like I said, I can always, okay, yeah, perfect, so that one's 5 1/4, so I'm going to distress around the edge of this. Okay. We want this quite distressed, doesn't matter if it rips the paper, we want this is what we want. Okay? We want it lovely and distressed. So, you know, curl the edges, you know, pull, and if you know, you want it a little bit more, you can just keep going and just curl the edges. You want it nice and distressed looking, just curl the edges. Did I say curl the edges? Yeah, I did. Okay, and you can always wet them with a little bit, with a water spritzer, if you just want to, you know, make it a little bit more. So this we're going to add to there. Okay. So, and then this one, we're going to, well, I think I want this flower bit here. So now, I'm going to show you a little trick. Okay. When you rip paper by hand, if you do it this way, okay, you get that white, so ripping towards you, you get that white bit here. If you don't want that white bit, rip away from you. So rip sort of downwards, and then you don't get that white bit there. Okay, so ripping towards you gives you that white border. Sorry, that white border. Ripping under, so away, like so towards you and away from you. Away from you, you don't get the border. Okay. So, but I quite like the white border. So we're going to rip that going to rip that. Okay, so that's going to go there. We just need to do bits on this end. So here we go. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Okay, I'm going to keep that for the moment. And now what I want is some sort of, let me have a look. Okay, so I haven't stuck it all down yet, so what I'm going to do, I want to add some of this, I don't even know what it's called, but this, it's got a bit of a sticky touch. I've just got to find the end of it. There we go. So I want to add some of this sort of underneath. Okay, so I'm going to cut. It's so funny, you should see that my desk here looks clear, but if you saw around it, it looks nothing like the clear bit in the camera. So I'm just going to add this down. Okay, so this is quite tacky anyway, so I'm just going to I think I'm going to use this one. So I'm not too worried about that bit in the middle because this is going to be covering it, so I just want to make sure. Okay, so that's going to go like that, that's going to go like that. Now what I want to do is make this sort of dimensional, so I want to put something on the back of here to make it, you know, a bit. So what I want to do is make this sort of this piece dimensional. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this bit of cardboard. You can use double-sided, you know, those 3D foam tapes, but I just find this is a cheaper alternative. No one sees it. It gives me the right level that I want. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some glue, my best glue ever. Just going to add this all over, just spread it out. Just so it sticks. And I'm going to stick this to the back of the piece of card that I want to make dimensional, and then I'm going to add this bit of glue to the other side of it, because then I want to add this to that layer there. Okay. Make sure I've got it the right way. So I'm just checking how our okay, so now I'm going to add this to this piece there. So I'm just going to adding this. I'm just spreading it out on my finger. I need to get a new bottle. I've nearly finished mine. So just a bit in the middle. There we go. then I'm going to add that to this layer, like so. Oops. Got my finger still. I'll rub that off. There we go. Now I want to add this, oops, add that to my card. So again, I'm just going to take my best glue ever, you can add your, I've got the very fine tip that is from ScraPerfect, but I'm going to, you could use this on the best glue ever, but I'm going to add those to my stickles. Okay, swipe my hand. The glue off the table because I don't want my card sticking to it. And the good thing about it is that you can, you know, reposition. I don't think what I was saying then. There we go. I'm just going to clean this glue off my hands with my best cleaner ever. Just and then it just gets rid of the glue. And I just use my cloth to wipe my hands. So I've still got glitter on my cloth from the other day. So I've got glittery hand now. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. Okay, so what I want to do now, let's move that, because I want to add, I'm going to just measure up my image. Where's my image? Oh, there's my image. So I'm going to cut this out because I want it sort of like to the side. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take my trimmer, I'm just going to trim my image down. Now this image has been coloured with polychromo pencils. And you know, I haven't done colouring for absolutely ages, and I really must. This image I already had coloured. Okay, so we've cut our image down to go on our card. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I want to add, I think, something going a long ways down there, so I might add that. Why is it whenever I trim an image it always looks skewy? Let me just check. Just track its strike. I guess that's like that. So. No one would have probably noticed, except for me. I'm just being a pain in the butt. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Okay, so we've got our, yes, I was thinking maybe I'm going to do something like that. So but it means that we cut. Right, so I'm going to cut some of this off. Okay, so I'm going to stick that to my image. So if I stuck the right lid on, wouldn't it? So to stick this to the back of my image, because I want that to be dimensional as well. Okay, and then I'm going to just this end. And this end. Because I don't need, and then just add a bit of glue in the middle. Add that to there. There we go. Oh, yeah, it would help if I put glue on it, wouldn't it? So, so before I put that on, I want to add, I'm going to add some lace. And some lace underneath there. I'm going to trim it down a bit. So and don't worry about that bit, because this glue dries clear, so no one's going to see it, so I'm just pushing this ribbon underneath there. And just on this corner. And I've got some of these wood pieces which I'm going to cut in half, and I'm going to add them under there, like so. So I've got that one. That one is going to go there. I hope you can see. So this one's going to go here. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue underneath there. And then add some to this one. Okay, and I'm going to cut some more. My best glue ever bottle is so grubby now because it's just been so used. I've used it so much. Okay. And then the last one going over this side. Oops. And I'm just slotting it under here. There we go, like so. Okay, that's what we've got so far. Okay, so Okay, so now I want to add my image there. Oh no, it's going to cover that. I'm going to just put it there. Go. Okay. Right, so now we're going to play with the sentiment that we covered with the best glue ever earlier. So I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to get this silver over there, and I'm going to just on that corner. Right. Because we want this to stick. So just make sure we rub it all over. Oh, wow, look at that. So look. So that's our sentiment. Capture the moment. Isn't that fab? I love it. So I'm just going into the bits where the the letter holes are. This is absolutely fab. I love it. Look at that. How cool is that? So that's going to go on my card. Yay! You can see this is where that's the bit where we took it off of. Oh, see, the thing is, I could play doing these all day. How gorgeous are they? And the thing is, as well, you can add them to these pieces as well. You know, to make them look like they're metalled up. How fab is that? I've got one little bit there, but it's not covered. Never mind. Okay, so I think now we're going to start adding some flowers. I think sometimes this is my favourite part of card making. It's the first thing I started with as far as paper crafting goes anyway, was card making. I absolutely love card making. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put just put a dot of my best glue ever on the balloon, okay, and then I'm just going to get a brush to brush that around. Let's go back to that one I used earlier. I'm just going to brush that around because I want to add some glitter. So I'm just brushing this around my balloon. And like I say, it will dry clear, so I'm just adding this to the balloon. Okay. I'm just brushing off the excess glitter. I'm going to use all this glitter one day to put on my nails because it's so fine, it's fab. Okay, so, oops. And don't worry if it goes over your card because it just adds to the bling of the card. There we go. That's some glitter on my balloon. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to arrange some flowers. So we want a mixture of, you know, small. That's too. Don't want too many big ones. Let's get some smaller ones out because the colours we've got on here are sort of like purplies, sort of pinky browns. So we're going to stick to that colour scheme, methinks, because otherwise it will look odd. So, okay. So now I'm going to add my sentiment. So, oops, it's stuck to my finger. So just a bit of glue under there. Just to glue it down. Okay. So there we go, added that there. Right, so now we're going to add some flowers here. I'm going to add them with hot glue. And all I'm doing again, like I always do, is just creating a flower cluster with some big flowers and then filling in with some smaller ones, which is what I do. Okay, so oops. I'm going to add some leaves, I think. Sometimes just adding some leaves makes a difference to a cluster of flowers that you've got. So, and another thing I'm not too keen on when I'm doing a card is I don't like bare corners like this and like this. So what I tend to do is I'll either put just a couple of small flowers, like tiny ones, in that corner, like really tiny ones. You know, just like just a couple down there, like so, and then maybe one, not a big cluster. I'm not creating a big cluster, but just maybe just one on that corner. And I think, I don't know, it just takes away the sharpness of that corner and softens it. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to add that one there, and that one there, and then this one on this corner. I mean, I don't know. It might just be me. I just, you know. Now I'm not going to add one to that corner because it just would make it more like, I don't know, just a bit too much. So I'm just going to create a little flower. These. I'm just going to add them to my cluster. I normally add these where I add my leaves because it makes it look really nice because the leaves sort of frame it. This little flower, these little flowers that I've stuck out, like so, like that, and like that. Okay, so. Now to finish off, I think I'm going to add some capture the moment. Just some little pearls. I think some sticky pearls there. And I'm just going to arrange them along here at the bottom. I'm just using this. So just spread them out evenly. And again, this is just me This is how, when I create a card, it's breaking up this corner, making this corner softer by adding the curls to that corner. Okay. Like so, like that. Okay. I just want to add this to here as well. And then I'm going to add this stick pin. I'm going to just push the stick pin into the middle of my flower cluster. Put some glue on it. Like so. Okay. I used to always make cards and add stick pins to them. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Lovely glue strings. So I'm just going to add just a couple of these pearls down. Oh, my finger's coming down. Just to there. Okay. I mean, you could go on and on and on. So that's my card that I've made today using ScraPerfect's just best glue ever. So I hope you've enjoyed my card making. And before I finish, I'm going to take my stickles. I'm going to take my lid off. These are the ScraPerfect's fine tip glue tips. Okay, so it screws on. No clog glue tips. Okay, so it's got like that, and then it's got that, which you just push into the hole like so, and it stops. So I'm going to add, this is my smallest one, which fits the stickles perfectly. They do small, medium and large. So this one's the small. So I'm adding it to my stickles. This one's the large, and this one's the medium. Okay, and they also come with spare ends as well. Right, so to my card, to my flowers, I'm going to take off my cap, and then onto the card, my flowers, I'm going to just add with my fine tip just some glitter to the ends of my flowers. And this is absolutely perfect for doing this, absolutely perfect, because it comes out really fine, you know, comes out fab. And before, what I used to have to do before, I used to have to paint, like put a dollop of this on my desk and paint it onto the flowers, because it would just come out in like dollops. Okay. So there we go. Just added some glitter using the no clog cap, which is, it's the no clog writing cap, okay, which is that one on the website. Brilliant. So the small cap fits like glitter glues, textile paints, 3D buff paints and more. The medium cap fits the Ranger's glossy accents, the Beacon zip dry, the Ranger 1-out stickles, which is what I've got here. Oh no, this is the smaller, but the Ranger's 1-out is the next size up, isn't it? The bigger stickles, the Scotch tacky glue, Martha Stewart adhesives, and the diamond glaze, and most 4-ounce fabric paints and more. The large cap fits the Plaid, Delta, and Deco Art acrylic paints, brilliant. Elmer's glues, Helmer glues, Mod Podge, Aliens tacky glue. See, I've got all of those. Art Institute glitter glue, ScraPerfect best glue ever, which it does fit. Okay, so absolutely brilliant. Yep. So now I've added some glitter to my card. Okay. So there we go. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Don't forget to check out the ScraPerfect website. Okay, which is ScraPerfect.com, and yeah, they do the foils as well, and there's lots of other stuff, so go check them out. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.